Okay, every organization has these people in them, and this is how we put a matrix among a group of people to be able to take chaos and put it in a structured way to make choices, change, and lead directions, right? Okay, so you have those that share the values, the visions, and they share the goal and they share the victory. Share values, share goals, share victory, and they make the numbers. These are the playmakers. And you need them because they produce more, create more, invent more, and they drive other people to perform at higher levels. So the goal is to constantly convert your whole organization to playmakers. That's what we did with the Baltimore Ravens at the beginning of the season. The next group you have in your team is those that share the value, share the victory, share the vision, share the velocity, they share the goals, but they don't make the numbers. That's training and development. How many know you've got important people on their team that just got a game, but they're missing some information, they're missing some business intelligence, there's some rhythm that's off. Okay, you have to have a system built in where 25% of what your leadership must do is train and develop others. I don't care what you say, that's not going to take them off their game. They will invent a way to do even more with less time. That's the skill they have. That's part of their gift and their training. So you have to have this in play. Does that make sense? Okay? If you don't have that in play, you've got problems. You're making a bad assumption that they're just going to pick it up. Okay? And that's going to cause all sorts of breakdowns upstream and downstreams, and you're going to start producing and working on projects that you don't want and don't make sense and don't create value. And when you leave that unchecked, you end up confusing activity with productivity. How many know there's a difference? You can create a flurry of activity and not get anything done. In fact, when we have that going on our team, when leadership doesn't show up, there's some people that spend all day creating activity. No intent of being productive. And what's bad about that is that synergy and that toxin and that virus creates another group. And those are the people that go into work and they spend half their day creating justifiable excuses for underperformance. How many know it's possible that that could exist? Okay. Now, if that exists and you nod your head, whose fault is that? It's ours, right? It's ours. It's ours. Once you see it and you're a playmaker, you own it. Okay, you got to fix it. All right, so it's no big deal. I'm not pointing. It's not anger. It's not blame. No emotion. It just is what it is. And so the idea is to develop strategies to fix it. The cool thing is when you know that there are strategies to fix it, half the problem goes away. Does that make sense? If you know that you don't need to know the strategy, but if you do know that there is a strategy to fix it, doesn't it change your point of view? So all you have to do is find it, right? Okay. This group down here, very interesting group. They don't share the values, victories, vision, or velocity. And they don't share the goals. They don't make the numbers. In the NFL, we call that an easy decision. Love them enough to let them go. Be on your team. If you can't make this decision as a leader, you're not running a business, you're running a recovery center. Amen. I'm just saying.